Hello dear viewers. I'm Rakesh, your host for this webinar on Euro US dollar and GBP US dollar technical analysis today. Today is 21st of July 2021. This is the third day in this program. If you have been following this from last 2 days, then you might be knowing that we are going to do the technical analysis of the euro dollar and the pound dollar on this webinar. And if the time permits, of course it does, because we have 30 minutes or so. We will be also carrying out the technical analysis of the other major pairs, which includes Aussie, US dollar, New Zealand, and US dollar against Japanese yen, again the dollar against the loonie, that is Canadian dollar, and the dollar against Swiss, that is Swiss franc. Before I start, I just want to tell you that we will not be discussing any rate changes or any company news or any political issues in this webinar. We'll only be focused on the charts and the price action. So I'll also be taking the questions at the end of the session. If you have any, I will request you to keep them till the end, and when I start the question answer sessions, you can ask the questions. I'll be very happy to answer them. Second request that I want to make is that apart from these major pairs which I have mentioned, if you have any other pair or any technical setup that you want me to discuss with you, you are free to write that in the chat box. I will try to cover that also in the session. To start with, we have euro dollar chart, that is the daily chart, but before that I want you to go through this risk disclaimer, please. This is a formality, and I have to tell you that every information that actually I'm sharing on this video or this webinar is only for the knowledge purpose. You should not be trading solely on my information. You should do your own research and then put your money on the line. Okay, with this said, let us start with the webinar. The first chart that we are going to discuss is the euro US dollar. Now till yesterday, you remember that we have discussed about it. This particular place here, you remember that we have drawn this weekly line which was uptrending line, and also this weekly line which was the downtrending line, and this is the monthly line which is of more importance here. Yesterday the price was testing this weekly line, and we were talking about it that if it is able to close the day below this line, then the next level of 1.1704 will be exposed. But I also mentioned that this is a weekly line. So for a weekly line to break to the downside, we need a weekly candle to close below this line. So since there are still two more trading days, that is Thursday and Friday are still there. Today is Wednesday. The price has not closed below this line on the weekly candle. I will open the weekly candle and maybe then it will be more clear. You see, if this candle does not close below this line, then we cannot say that this line is broken. So that means that 1.1704 will not be exposed. So we need a close below this, then this level will be exposed for selling this market. But the second problem here is that even if the candle weekly candle closes below this rising weekly line, then also it is very much into the support zone, which is the upswing pivot, or you can say the level from where the previously this market has given us almost 1.1705 to 1.12260 or 62 levels. So it has given us almost 500 pips from here. So expect that there will be buyers sitting around this region. So expect a lot of buyers in this region. So it may act as a good level of support in case the weekly candle closes below this then also. So what this setup is suggesting us is that there is literally a formation of double top pattern, with one top here at 1.12266 levels and the one here at around same level here. And if this low here, which is at around 1.1704, which we have marked with the red line, breaks and the candle closes below this on the weekly, then our next levels like this here around 1.16 or 1.1602 level will be exposed, which is a very small level. But after this there is huge downside, I must say you, because if this double top is broken, if this double top is broken to the downside, then what happens is that we measure the target. This is a measured movement, this is called a measured movement, and whatever is the height of the pattern, that is considered into in the measurement of the targets. So the measured targets for this will be approximately around 1.1075 levels. Of course this is a weekly chart, so it will take a lot of weeks to go there, but it is almost 630 points of movement that we are expecting in case upswing pivot at 1.1704 is broken to the downside. And generally, how do we trade these type of setups? There are two types of traders actually. One are aggressive traders and one are conservative. Now aggressive traders trade it just as soon as this line is broken, but you see, if someone is aggressive and he is watching this weekly line, then he must have already sold this pair here. He must have already sold this pair at around these levels, 1.1774 or 75 levels yesterday only, by seeing that okay, this weekly line is broken, so I will go and sell. No, this is not a good idea. On the other hand, if he was conservative, what he will do, he will wait for a candle to close below it, then he will check some candle goes up and test that broken support as the fresh resistance. Now if you know, if you don't know, then also I will tell you that once a support is broken, it acts as a good resistance. Now if the support was very nice in the past, so it will be a very nice resistance in the future. So he will expect this to act as a resistance, and if he sees something like a bearish pin bar here or a bearish engulfing candle here, like this one, this was a shooting star, this was a bearish pin bar here, and if something of the same sort happens here, then he can go and sell this pair with a small stop loss above the high of that candle which was bearish in nature. I hope you get the idea what I am talking about here. So what are the key levels now to watch? First thing that we have to watch is that does this candle, does this weekly candle closes below this rising weekly line? If it closes below, then we have to check 1.1704 only as the first target if you are sold or if you are going to sell it. But I will say just wait for the price to test this 1.1704 and how it reacts here in case it breaks to the downside. But on the other hand, if the price is able to close a candle above this falling channel, which I think today or tomorrow will happen if it has to, then expect 1.1975 to be retested in this pair, which is the recent high that price has broken, the price has made, sorry. So this will be your first target, and the second target will be this falling weekly resistance line. And on the downside, if the upswing pivot is not tested and that is broken, then what we can do is that we can trade it like this. Then we can trade it something like this. Then this will be our area of concern. I'm sorry, come on, this will be. So expect some movement like this. Yes, so this will be our area of sell in case we want to sell this market. I hope you got the idea, and in that case the targets will be these measured movements of 630 points, which will be at 1.1075. This is all about the price action in this one. And one more thing, one important thing that I wanted to tell you, I'm sorry I forgot that, I will just mention it now, that I have also traced a falling wedge in this pattern. If you join this high and you join this high, okay, not this, I will just do it with the long line, okay. If you join these two highs here and also if you join these lows here, then you will notice that this is forming a falling wedge, and it is almost coinciding. Its apex is almost at 1.1583. The pattern usually does not go to that deep, but what I'm expecting here is that I'll let you know. Wait, what I'm expecting, because falling wedge is a bullish pattern, it means there is a possibility of some bullish price action here. So expect something of this sort to happen. Now why I'm saying that something of this sort can happen, because these lines are the weekly lines, of course, and they are already tested. There is a chance that it will break to the downside, but this upswing pivot is a very strong point. It has helped this movement of almost 500 pips from here in the previous swing. So if this is tested, there is a possibility that this falling wedge here will break to the upside and the price may go up. So what I necessarily want to suggest here is that you wait for the price to clear from this region and give us a direction like this. If there is a direction, it is very easy to make pips or profits, in other words, but if the direction is not clear, it is very difficult. So my suggestion is that just wait and watch for at least 5 to 10 trading sessions, daily trading sessions, and I think the way will be clear for the euro, where it is going against the US dollar. I have told you the level 1.1975 on the upside, and on the downside it is 1.1704, and if that is broken, then 1.1075 is the next level of interest. Let's talk about the Great Britain pound here. Okay, this is the daily chart of Great Britain pound. Yesterday we had talked that if the price closes below this line, that is weekly upswing pivot, because this is weekly upswing pivot, we again need a weekly candle to close below. Yesterday a daily candle has closed, but today is an inside bar. Neither the buyers are aggressive nor the sellers are aggressive. So what I'm expecting here is that the price may rise to this level again and then eventually fall down, but if we need to see the lower values of 1.3482 in this chart, then 1.3482 in this chart, which we are of course expecting in the coming days, then we need a weekly candle to close below this level, which does not look like, as it has already traced from the low of 1.3571 to 1.3676, almost 100 points it has already recovered on one weekly basis. And on the daily basis, I think today is an inside bar. Tomorrow or day after we will be sure whether this pair is going to retest this channel resistance. Okay, I will make it like this. Is going to check test this channel resistance or not. Okay, so the levels here, this high here is also of importance now, because this is the recent high that price has made, and this is also the recent high, but after this high the price has made this low, high, low, high, low. Okay, so these all are the highs which are of importance here on the daily chart. Okay, so if this weekly upswing pivot is broken to the upside and the candle is closing again higher than this, then this channel resistance will be of importance, and if that channel resistance is taken out, then I am expecting that this 1.3909, 1.4, which is also a psychological handle, and then 1.4241 level is of importance. So how to trade them, you already know. If you don't know, then go through the previous videos where I have told you how to enter a market or how to not to enter a market. All right, let us see what is happening on the 4 hour on the pound. I am very much interested in pound. Okay, seems like 1.3590 levels is giving good support to the price, 1.36 levels, and the pair is trading on almost on the day's highs, and if it is able to break this high of 1.3689, then eventually this channel resistance will be exposed. So let us see how it happens tomorrow and day after, and then we will deduce what we have to do in this pair. Talking about the Australian dollar, okay, it has already closed the day below this price marker of 0.7402. So also this okay, head and shoulder has broken now. Now expect the price to go to this level again to test it as a resistance and then come back to 0.7002 level. This is also a measured move, my friends. Yes, so don't look for a buying opportunity here because the price has already started making lower highs and lower lows here. See here, the price was making higher highs and higher lows, but now after this high the price has made a lower high, and after this low the price has also made a lower low here. So expect the price to continue declining and expect a new lower high being formed around this region, which may be utilized as an opportunity to go short in this market with the price target of 0.7223 first time and 0.7002 on the second time. Okay, now seeing on the 4-hour chart also, it is trading at the day's high. It is trading at the day's high. It seems like this 4-hourly recent high has been broken, so expect the price to go to 7402 levels and eventually maybe even to 0.7464 levels, which is the recent low of this broken, or you can say this was the neckline which was broken. It may act as a good resistance for the price in the coming hours. So let us see what happens today and tomorrow, then we will be able to go it. But Australian dollar as a buying opportunity, no. For the long term you should be waiting and expecting the price to decline again to enter a short position. Talking about the New Zealand dollar, 0.6916 level, which we were talking about yesterday, has acted as a good support, and the price is trading above the yesterday's high now. Right now the price is trading above yesterday's high, and yes, so yes, this low which was made yesterday at around 0.6880 will be acting as a new support for the price now. But you see, we were expecting the price to actually close below this support and then eventually enter the then eventually take support at the channel's lower support line. But because the price has started rising again, now I want to see how it reacts to this falling trend line which I make by joining these two recent highs. So let us see how it reacts to this line. I think it will go down eventually, but if the US dollar is weak against the New Zealand dollar, then there is a possibility that the price will keep going to upward to test this channel resistance line, and if that is broken, then 0.7315 will be the next resistance that price will encounter. On the contrary, if the price is able to break this 0.6916 levels here, then this falling channel support may provide some dynamic support to the price, and if that does, then there's a possibility the price will come back to 0.6916 again to retest it as a new resistance, and then eventually fall back to the channel support, or maybe even to 0.6575 levels. Now this is also the previous support and also the target for this pattern here. Also notice how this area is acting as a descending triangle here. I did not see that, but now it is looking like a descending triangle. So more or less this is a falling market only. This can be technically this is a small profit booking, or maybe a small, what did it call, dead cat bounce. You can say it is a dead cat bounce. I think the New Zealand dollar is going to go in dustbin soon. Well, that is my personal opinion. Let us see how the things unfold tomorrow or day after. Talking about the US dollar Japanese yen, yesterday we were talking about the buying in the US dollar against the yen. The yen is very weak, and now we were expecting that this falling channel will break, then we may be looking for a buying opportunity here. But right now also it is not a buying opportunity, as the resistances, the confluence of this resistance is still there. See, this rising trend line or the channel support line will be acting as a resistance to the price now, and also this channel's top line is also going to act as a resistance, and in fact the price is going to enter a confluence of resistance here. So we don't want to enter a position on the long side when it is already very close to the resistance. So what my suggestion is that wait for the price to go above this 112 levels, then when it comes back again to test this 112 level as a support, of course once the resistance is broken, then the price comes back, most of the times it comes back to that level again to test it as a support. So I think this will be a good area, this will be a good area to this will be a very good area to open a buy position rather than opening a buy position now, because there is no confirmation yet. The confirmation will be there once it closes the day or week above 112 convincingly, and then come back to this area to test it as a support. I hope you got the idea. Right now buying this market may give you few pips, but it is a lot riskier than where if you open a position after 112 is broken on the top side and the price comes back and retraces it. So what I want to say is that there's no need to go aggressive here. You can be very conservative, because in that case your stop loss will be sitting here and your take profits will be open to the upside. So that means you will have very less risk associated with your account. So that is what a good trader should do. You should minimize your risk, whereas you have to maximize your profits. With that said, let us move to the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. Yesterday only we had talked that the price has already met this channel resistance. Now we were expecting it to fall, and yes, it has started fall, but it is falling so fast I think it may even break this falling channel support, rising channel support. But if it does not and it falls to the channel support, then there is a possibility that the price will start rising. And since this price is moving in a channel on a long term, you see 1.46 to 1.20, so I think there will be some interventions by something or the other for the price to go back to 1.4689 levels. But also there is a congestion in the price here, because this was the previous support for the price in the past. So expect this to act as a region where the price will face some resistance. So even after falling to this channel support, if the price starts rising, then it may face resistance again at 1.3015 to 1.2914 levels. So yes, there is a possibility that the price will start moving like this. Okay, but since I am talking about the long term, and in the long term we see that the price is moving in a bigger range, so there is a possibility that the price may break from this region and then come back to this region to test it as a support, which I have marked on the chart, and that level may be utilized as a buying opportunity in this market. So this is, I think, what we can do with minimizing our stop loss and maximizing our take profit level. So your risk reward ratio may be 1:6 or 1:7 in this case. So with this said, I think we should move to the US dollar against the Swiss franc. The things are very clear in this one. The price is making a symmetrical triangle. Yesterday we had mentioned that it is trying to test this symmetrical triangle resistance, which is, it has failed to do so till now. If it is able to close the day above, then this falling channel resistance will be the first target, and if it starts falling from here, then again this symmetrical triangles rising line will be acting as a support for the price. So this is what I'm expecting. Yesterday we did a lot of speculation on this price movement, but let us not make it complicated. It is simple. The price was making highs, lows, highs. It is making lower highs and higher lows. So essentially it is making a symmetrical triangle, and we cannot be sure which side it will go till the time it breaks out from this symmetrical triangle, which is very much visible. And this symmetrical triangle is within a falling channel. So I will say that more or less it is a selling market, but this is not at a position where we can open a sell position right now. If you want to open a sell position, you must wait till this channel resistance line, from where the price may start falling again. On the 4-hour, it seems like the price is already at the day's low. Yes, it may be because of some fundamental reason or some other, but I'm expecting that the price may go high and eventually break this symmetrical triangle, but not soon enough. Even something of this sort may also happen. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this polyline. Okay, something of this sort may also happen. Okay, so you have to understand that the price may keep moving here and there before it starts going up to meet this falling channel resistance. And because on the long term this price is this market is falling, so that moment, that particular moment over there, we can utilize it to open a sell position. But today is not that day, because right now the price is moving to the upside after hitting this symmetrical triangle bottom. FX William Matos, boa tarde, professor. I'm sorry, I don't understand this language. FX William Matos, can you write in English, please? By the way, welcome to the live webinar. So the idea here is that we wait for this area, such an area, to open a sell position, and then we keep a stop loss somewhere here. And then we keep the profit target somewhere here. So in this case, your stop loss will be around a little more than the high that will be made here, and your profit target will be somewhat around here. So this is all hypothetical in nature, it is not the truth, but only time will tell what will happen in this market. So expect something of this similar sort happen. We are doing this live webinar every day at the same time, so that we can also review our trades and our analysis. So I am open to any questions. If you have, William, do you have any question that you want to ask? Because we are wrapping this up. This webinar is about to finish in 2 minutes. If anybody has any question, or you want me to discuss any other pair, then I will be very happy to do so right now, or otherwise I will wrap this session up. Okay, since we don't have any questions, so I will wrap this session by just saying that if you are new to this webinar, please go through my other videos also, which are there in the playlist, where I have mentioned about the particular candlestick charts and patterns and how to trade them. I hope you got some idea about the support and the resistance levels that are of interest in the coming hours and days. Please keep in mind to never risk more than 1% of your capital on any single trade. Don't go aggressive, wait for the right moment to strike. Now with this note, I shall end this webinar. Please press the like button if you find this video useful for you, and leave your suggestions in the comment section, and consider subscribing to the channel for more such videos. You can also turn the notifications on so that you know whenever we are live. Actually, we are doing this webinar live every day at this time for 30 minutes, but if you have any more suggestions or you want to add me something, then we can increase the time of this webinar. These are free videos. And also you can join the EURUSD Forex community, where there are so many things for traders, like the live analysis from our experienced traders, and all those links are there in the description. I wish you guys a very happy and a profitable day. Thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow at the same time for the live session. Thank you very much.
What's left, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Does perfect even